welcome back to New Frontier. I'm BP, and this is the Homestead Challenge. Jumping in the truck this morning, guys. Got the pallets of chilies and lettuce loaded up, and I think we have some apples too. Got some overnight. Very excited for that. I would say that's easily a 9 out of 10 professional loading of all of our products there. Very neat, very square. Could hardly tell I didn't use auto load for that, but it would be obvious because you saw the video. So let's grab our apples. Wow, 3 pallets for each orchard. That is a lot of apples. I don't even know what apples sell for, guys. We're gonna have to sort of learn as we go here. So let's go pick these up over here. Pallets look really cool too. Let's jump out for a second, take a look at those. Yeah, those look like orchard, but that actually just looks like the container we picked up to put our rocks in. So where are we headed with this stuff to sell? Apples, farmer's market, chilies, farmer's market, lettuce, farmer's market. Looks like we've got about $14,000 worth of produce to sell. And there's another apple cart right there, even better. I do wonder, how are we doing on the fertilizer? Where is... I'm not getting a trigger, so maybe we jump into the production menu. So 175 liters of fertilizer left on this one, 0 left on that one, so that's why I didn't produce a 4th pallet. So we definitely need to be picking up some fertilizer from this sale to continue to fund the fertilizer for the apple orchard. So let's run up to the store, get that done. It's a bit of a foggy February morning. Cooled off quite a bit. If you remember, it's been in the 70s the last couple of days. We are down to 53 degrees, high as 68, so definitely cooled off. Hopefully that helped crisp up the apples and get them nice and sweet so we get extra money at the sale. Got some really cool fog down in the valley here. I was just chatting with some of you guys about fog in the game, and it's a great addition. I love it. It's a really good time. So plans for February. We got to get this stuff sold. Obviously, we have the wood to sell as well. Have a couple of things I want to pick up at the store. Just some small pieces of equipment in preparation for a couple of projects. We need to pick up some fertilizer, and we got to check in on the goats again. If the goats aren't going to reproduce, I don't know what to say other than we're not really interested in just keeping them to feed them. We spent $14,000 on the pen, and then grass is cheap. We'll put a couple bales in there and some water. Speaking of water, right at the end of last episode in January, we looked and we saw that Farm Tech slurry water trailer in the sale. I did end up buying that. I'll show you guys. I've been using it to grab water, to get the orchard topped off, to get the animals topped off, and to get our greenhouse filled up. So our old water tanker we do need to sell today, so we'll probably bring that back up to the shop when we bring the wood up, or maybe we'll take a separate trip. We will see. But the old water tanker, yeah, just about $14,000. That was good. Or $13,000. So the old water tanker holds 3,000 liters of water. The new Farm Tech slurry water tanker holds 8,200. So we're about 2.5 times as much water capacity, and our water needs, as we said, are going to be going up. We are in a bit of a good spot with the water right now because our productions are stuck at 50% for the first year per our self-imposed rules. But that being said, we will be using a lot more water in March next month because we will be cranking the greenhouse to 100%, both apple orchards to 100%. So having the ability to get more water was going to be critical. So quick check of the sale, nothing new there. Have to figure out, let's start with picking up some fertilizer. And are the handbags in here? So we don't want the bags. We want the 5-pack. So we have fertilizer, 480. I mean, these are not cheap. 8 bags, $3,800. I mean, that's going to keep our apple orchard going. Our apple sales for today were $5,000, a little bit over. So, and that was 1 day's worth of apples, and we did not get through all the fertilizer in the second orchard. So, seems like it's going to be a profitable venture to do that. Now, the other piece, I don't even know what category it's in. So we're going to have to do some searching. I want to start in miscellaneous. Yes, I think we're in good shape here. So we have the 3-point skid steer. Let's see what this does. Missing. So we'll have to see if this does what we want it to do, because no, that's not it. I thought that was going to be it. All right, so there is a winch in this pack that I am hoping to pick up that we can use on the excuse me, on the back of the tractor. So not there, could be in forestry. May have to look it up and actually figure out where it is going to be. So let's see, winches. Here it is, a loader winch for $1,700, and this tool can be used to transport pallets. That's what we're looking to get into. It's actually not pallets, but to go from there. So front loader, telehandler, wheel loader, skid steer, 3-point. All right, so we're going to grab this. Let's get it coated up. That's a little bit too light. How about a nice dark gray? I think that looks good. The attacher point, we're good there. The loops, feel like they should be back in the red to match the winch. All right, we got that thing dancing a little bit. $1,700, and then I imagine, I don't know for sure because we're trying this mod out for the first time. No testing's been done. We'll get the tow hook. Yes, it doesn't have any information about the tow hook. So we'll grab that as well. So here we are. Grab this stuff. I think we get the bags put on the trailer because the straps work a little bit better there. All right, excellent. And then get this guy, and this is going to be our plan to put more trees into the lumber mill. That is going to be tough. We got to get this guy right on the strap. So let's see. Strap. Hopefully all that stuff is strapped down. So my thought with the winch, guys, is that we're going to put it on the back of the John Deere short term. We are 1 month away from being able to buy a bigger tractor. And then we're going to use it to drag logs from further out in the property into the sawmill, so we're not having to, one, continue to cut down trees right in that area. Because I think we're about done with those trees. I don't want to cut too many more down. I like having some shade there for the animals back by the goats. And it fits into the orchard nicely. And also, we just need to get bigger trees, and I've cut most of the big ones down. So we'll get everything situated and give that a try. We'll start over here, pulling in. You can see the brand new Farm Tech, well, new to us, Farm Tech tanker. Looks a bit silly attached to the John Deere. I did top off the sheep at the end of the night last night, and you can see we're not even quite full, and it is tough to get this guy rolling. We're using all of the power in the low gears to get rolling. We can get up to 15 miles an hour, and it cruises at 15 miles an hour pretty well. Just not happy about getting there real quick and in a hurry. So let's top off the sheep, or I'm sorry, the goats, make sure they have everything they need, and then we'll go put a little bit more water in the orchard, and then we'll bring back the fertilizer for the orchard, and we'll get the winch unhooked from the truck and put it on the John Deere and see about dropping or dragging a tree over here. Let that go down to about 2,200, about half of what we had left. Just trying to stay on top of it. We're going to have to get something going here. I'm thinking the solution to this is actually just to put an auto drive course in. So I'll probably get that course put in and have that run a loop. We might even get to that today. But for right now, let's leave the new Farm Tech trailer, new Farm Tech tank over here, and let's go see about getting that winch hooked up. Like I said, guys, I've never used it, no testing. We are coming in completely blind. This was found by a channel member, and I'm excited to give it a whirl. We're going to see how it does. Let's jump in here, undo the straps, bring this down. Oh, we're going to have problems with the straps, aren't we? We're in strap mode. All right, let's get the straps undone again. What's the problem with the click doing just about everything? There we go. Just had to stand a little further back. We'll get that put right there, and then I assume that we have to have the hook, and we'll put that like right behind it, maybe? So we come here, turn on the John Deere, and let's back up and see if we can get the 3-point. Okay, so far so good. Now we're not getting an attachment for the hook. I don't know if the hook is visual. Like I said, it could be. Let's do this. Let's bring it up. All right, so grabbing the winch should be. All right, so we have that. Does it attach here? Will it attach here? Oh. Okay, cool. So we're attached. Now, oh, things are happening, guys. Things are happening. Now, I set up my winch controls. Oh, yeah, that's going well. I'm liking that. Oh, and it wants to attach the lizard tow hook now. So, yes. Yes, attach it, please. And then let's detach the line. Oh, so maybe that's just like a visual thing. Who knows? Let's go see if we can find a tree to drag over. I'm excited to try this thing. It does have what appear to be some incredibly bright lights. Let's see, is there a button for the lights? Toggle speed limits, let camera honk. I think we might also be on the wrong attachment, or the wrong implement. There we go. Let's see. I think now we're on the actual winch. Honk, toggle map, park, unpark. Alright, not seeing anything for the lights yet. What are the two? We've got... Oh, the lights move. You guys see that? Hold on. So there's the light tipping. And then what is up? Oh, up and down does the top light, and side to side does the bottom light. Oh, we can do that. Okay, getting fancy here. Alright, and then... Oh, that looks like some kind of... Oh! Guys. This just got really exciting. Okay. Well, I like this mod. Not sure how it's going to work, but I think that looks super cool. And if we get the winch functionality, because I do have the better winch mod installed by Thunder, so the winches will attach to all kinds of things. We're going to use it for a tree, but we can use this to hook up to vehicles, to pallets, all kinds of... Oh, look how light that is. Yeah, guys, I'm a fan of what's happening here. All right, we're going to drive out just a little bit. I don't know. I mean, this John Deere has no power at all whatsoever, so we could be totally over-committing here. But if you're not going to go big, then you may as well go home. All right, so let's see. I'm in here. Let's zip down the tree. I mean, we are taking a massive tree with us here if this works. Let's get it delimbed. I think dragging it delimbed is going to make that part just a bit easier. Probably should have fell it the other way so that we didn't have to turn it to drag it. But I think we're going to be okay. So let's come in here. We don't know if we're going to need the hook or not. We're going to figure all that stuff out. So we come in here, we grab our winch line, we have it. Oh, yeah. It likes that right off the rip. Oh, I put the winch line away. That's on me. So I'm not sure about the hook. Want to make sure we get everything done. Attach. We have to get closer. Oh, not back in. Being a bit sensitive, but I think that's probably just me not being close enough. Alright, it is not... Oh, okay. It attached. Guys, we are like in so much danger right now. This is why bad accidents happen on the Homestead, because people do things. Yeah, we are... Let's see if we have enough power to pull the tree. Guys, we are... I'm zooming way out. We are pulling this tree. This is incredible. Okay, we got to get out further. We need to pivot around the end. I should have fell it the other way and then just dragged it. Turning it is clearly going to be a challenge. We're working at 3 miles an hour, but we are having success up to 4 miles an hour here. Don't know that we're turning sharp enough. 7 miles an hour pulling this huge, huge tree. We don't have to cut it. We're not breaking any rules about carrying it. Alright, I definitely just fell it the wrong way. So turning trees is the hard part, apparently. Yeah, now we're pulling it against itself and against us, but we'll get there. Give it a second. Alright, the little John Deere that could. Can we push it? No, I think the tree is going to do what the tree is going to do. We definitely don't have the right tractor for this job. But when there's a will, there's a way. Guys, I was not prepared for this much excitement. We are pulling full-length trees across the map with our tiny, tiny John Deere tractor. All I have to do now, because we have Gaming Joy's industrial saw mod, yep, is get it in there. Boom, that's done. That was incredible, guys. 5,700. I wasn't going to do another tree, but we're doing another tree. That was too much fun. All right, so we have our roll bar up because obviously we're doing silly things, and you got to be a little bit careful when you're doing silly things. Where's the biggest tree we can... What's this tree? What is... Yep, one of these back here. Okay, we could get tangled up. We could be getting ourselves in trouble. Okay, I think we're going to take this one right here. We're going to fell it the correct way. Hopefully it falls. It didn't. Not ideal. Okay, it fell totally the wrong way. We'll have to figure that out. The one challenge with the winch mod, well, the better winch controls or better winch and this setup is that the winch is also set up to my character's speed button. So every time I use the winch, I end up increasing my character speed. So if you see me sprinting around, that's all that is a crossed up keybind. But guys, here we go. Do we have a clear shot? Oh, this is bad news. We're gonna have to just get rid of a couple of things here. We cannot afford to be trying to turn that log. We got to be pulling it straight out. So we're gonna be coming out this way. Yeah, I think this tree's got to come down at a minimum. Get rid of this stump. Get rid of this little guy here who's also in the way. Delimb these real quick. Alright, and then these ones we should be able to just pick up. 164 kilograms, we can pick those up. We're good up to 200 kilograms, which, you know, is only because we're farm strong and living out in the wilderness. It is a bit of weight to lift 200 kilograms, but you know, we're very, very in tune with our lifting with our legs, not with our back type situation. All right, here we are. I think, hopefully, we have a plan. We've cleared the route for this enormous tree. We have to cut some more down. We will. Okay, we're going to grab the winch line here. We're going to go up. Let's definitely not attach it to a tree that is still still up. That I don't think our tractor can pull a tree out of the ground. So, oh, this is pulling easy. I'm even gonna winch it in while we drive. Watch this. We're pulling it in. Get out of the tree there with the camera. Here, let's see. I'll show you guys. Pulling it in. See that? Guys, this is incredible. So the Better Winch mod by Thunder, and this is the, we'll have to look at it in the mod hub again, but this is the handmade something pack. I'll have to find it. It is on the mod list as well if you're looking for it. Thank you to the guys that pointed this out over in Discord. This is a really, really fun little mod. And we have a lot of guys doing forestry work right now. If you haven't picked this up, I definitely would. I mean, you can see this is potentially one of the lowest horsepower tractors around. Obviously, you can get into some antique stuff, but we are pulling this stuff, and we're not making a ton of headway speed-wise, but we are not having any problems dragging these logs. And with the industrial sawmill, all we have to do is get them into the trigger, boom, and they're done. That was really, really neat. So 8,885 wood in the sawmill. I love this thing. I can see doing a lot of work. I'll do some more practice off camera and see about getting that hook, and maybe we can use that hook for some other things, or maybe it links up to something else in the pack. We'll figure all that stuff out. So for right now, let's go grab the old Chevy farm truck, which still has our fertilizer on the back in the trailer, and let's go get our orchard topped off with some fertilizer. We are going to be going through quite a bit of fertilizer if we're keeping the orchard production on fertilizer, and we should be converting our greenhouse over to fertilizer. Man, we are flooded all over the place here. While we're here, may as well grab a couple of things. We're going to take those up to the shop as well. Okay, got those loaded up. We want to avoid getting into the trigger with the truck and trailer because we want to distribute the fertilizer packs because they are not all going into one. Actually, what we'll do here, let's put the ramp down. There we go. I said in an earlier video, I previously was not much of a fan of tilt ramps like that. I like them where they either open or they close. I've really learned to enjoy this ramp in particular. Having it extendable, we used it for logging. We can drive stuff up on it. When I brought back the Farm Tech slurry tanker last night, it was obviously too long to fit on that little orange trailer. So I brought the ramp down, got it on there, and then I just put the ramp up as far as I could. And it didn't push it off, it didn't bucket around, it just did a great job. So maybe changing my tune on how I feel about the ramps, the trailer ramps that you can control manually. That may be my new go-to. Okay. You guys saw that, right? There was a pallet or pack of fertilizer here. How much do we have in there? 99 fertilizer, 167. So are these 250 each? Is that the deal? Yeah, so that one just went in. Okay, so that one just disappeared into the orchard. Fair enough. Okay, that one is gone too. Now these ones, I think we want to take up to the other orchard. Out of the trigger for this one. This one is fertilizer thirsty. It wants them. Open to the end of the bags. Whatever works to get the stuff in. And this was, remember, about $3,800 worth of fertilizer, and we got almost $6 grand for the apples, and we have another pallet up here already. Should check and just make sure that this is still on. Yeah, it's at 50%, and this one's at 50%. Okay, just want to make sure I didn't accidentally crank the productivity up on these, because we're supposed to keeping it down, and that's fine. All right, so that is all done. The last one in there, that'll keep us moving for a while on the apples. I think we will grab that last apple pallet, load it up on the truck. That's all this stuff is going to go to the farm, or the farm store. And then we're going to come around here and we're going to get the old water tank loaded up and take that up to the store as well. So we got to get the John Deere. Maybe, let's see. Are we on stacking or are we on layering as far as how we're loading this stuff? Let's see, layering. So if I unload it and then reload it, yeah, still putting the beams on top. That's a little bit odd, but we'll get through it. All right, so let's get the old tanker loaded up, take it up. I think it's worth almost nothing. While we're here, we're going to pretend like we're expecting something to happen with the goats. 14 months, 16 months, 2 young, 1 impregnatable. Okay, so I guess what's confusing to me is, so we have our goats, and it says goats produce goat milk, which can be sold directly or processed further. Goats eat grass and hay. Additionally, they require water. This animal has reached its breeding age. Animals that are healthy and older than 8 months can reproduce. And this goat is 40 months. That's not very helpful. This one's 13 months. So, yeah, this animal's... So I don't understand. It may be, guys, that the health of the animal dictates how quickly it becomes eligible to be bred. Because this one is 16 months and it is now able to be bred. This one is 14 months and says too young. And then we go back to the sale and we have a 13-month-old that appears to be able to be bred. So here, we're going to do a test here, guys. Usually I'd run to the store and I'd buy this with a trailer, but we're going to save some time. I'm going to buy this one, just have it delivered, even though it's going to cost us a couple bucks. Not too worried about it. So this is 13 months, and it says in the description at 8 months it should be able to be bred. But again, quality not very good. We'll buy selected animal, $385. It's now in the pen. Now we come back over. We have our 13-month-old, can reproduce, too young. 14-month-old, too young. 16-month-old. So maybe goats are 16 months and the description just was never updated. Maybe that's something that I'm learning here. But we can get one of our goats pregnant now, which is good news. And I'm sad to be taking off our winch setup. I would leave this on here forever and just run trees. This is a lot of fun. All right, so let's just leave this back against the shed here. And it's really cool that top bar comes up like a roll bar. That is really, really neat. So let's jump over, grab our little trailer, and get it loaded up. I'm going to run up to the shop. That'll be about it for this episode. Got some cool little projects done. That winch mod I will put up on screen and put a link in the description for that, as well as it being in the mod list in my Discord as well. So, but if you're checking out, trying to do some forestry work, that was good. It was like $1,400. I need to figure out what the hook is for. You know, it could be decorative, it could be used. We'll have to figure all that stuff out. But either way, very, very cool. Oh, we have water in here. Okay, well, let's put that in the greenhouse. Let's not waste any water. Okay, cool. So we also got a bunch of fertilizer put in the apple orchard, which I think is really good. We're going to need to figure out a plan for fertilizer for the long run. I guess we can keep buying it. It is profitable. I just hate buying fertilizer in bulk like that. I don't really want to put down a fill station. Like, we could put down some of the stuff that gives you like a 30% discount for buying in bulk and all that kind of stuff. But I really enjoy the hand bags that we can pick up and move around without super strength, but I'm just not sure that that's going to be profitable. All right, now see here you could have a problem, but I'm going to take all the ranting and raving I'm doing about this ramp, and I'm going to see if I get just enough lift. Let's see. Okay, because I can control the ramp. Now, if I back this up, can I get the wheels on? Let's see. Maybe. Otherwise, we're going to have a slow drive. I guess we don't even need to put it on the trailer. I guess it is sort of silly to put it on the trailer. But at this point, we're all but proving a point here. All right, so we got one wheel up on the edge. We could very easily, and probably a much better solution would be just to attach it to the back of the truck. But we're going to prove that our ingenuity is better than that. All right. Definitely want to put a strap on that before letting it go. We'll detach, say goodbye to our old trailer, which served us well. It was the largest 3,000-liter trailer we've ever owned. We will, just for comparison's sake, let's put all the straps on. There we go. Let's drive by and look at our 8,000-liter tank compared to our 3,000-liter tank. Yeah, I think this might be the largest 3,000. It was very well insulated. That's what it was. It was an insulated water tank, had lots of insulation for the water. So I'll run this up, guys, up at the shop. I'll meet you guys up there. I'll see you in just a second. Just pulling up to the shop. Let's get this sold. We'll hop out, go talk to the guys at the store, let them know we're done with the tank, see what they'll give us for it. Down here under barrels, $2,648. That is a good deal on that little tanker that we had. So get the ramp up, and we are rocking and rolling. We'll head over to the farmer's market and get the wood and our last pallet of apples sold. And guys, that's going to be it for February. A very productive month. Got to try out some really cool equipment that I think is going to enable us to continue to expand our forestry work. And once we get, a 150 horsepower tractor, I think that winch setup is going to have just massive implications. We can use that for pulling pallets. We can use that for pulling equipment. We can do all kinds of things with the winch. So another $9,700 in goods produced between the wood and the apples. I'm excited for the apples. I'm a little concerned we might end up having more apples than we know what to do with. So have to see if maybe there's a seasonal growth aspect to that, or if we're just going to have apples year round and a whole bunch of them. But thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to drop a like and turn on notifications for more videos. Channel memberships are available if you'd like to support my content further, and channel members do get early access to upcoming videos. That's all for this episode, but I'll see you in the next one.